if you're thinking about moving to Southwest Florida, then you're going to want to watch this video because in it, we're going to go over living on a budget in this beautiful area that we call the Fort Myers and Cape Coral area. So if you can follow along with kind of what's going on in the market, home prices are up, interest rates are up right now. So it's a little bit more expensive than it used to be living in this area. And it's something of how do we navigate it, right? A lot of stuff is going to be all right. Get pre-approved. What's your budget? Where are you at? Because you might have to move to a different neighborhood. Pick your neighborhoods correctly, right? Right now, North Fort Myers and Lehigh are a little bit more affordable options. Like any city, when it's growing, uh, unfortunately, you might have to live further away than used to. You know, maybe you want a 10-minute commute. Well, you're going to have a smaller, older place if you want to be that close, if you have a small budget, as opposed to moving further on the outskirts of the city. You might be able to have your dollar go a little bit further. I myself used to live near the Edison Mall area. Great location to get downtown anywhere I went. Um, but it was a much smaller home that I had. So we ended up buying a bigger home, but we had to move further out of town to do that. So it's a lot of picking your right neighborhood, and that's something that I want to let people know that there are some other areas you can look at and maybe change out what you're looking for. Maybe instead of that single family home, you need to find something like a condo. Mobile homes are actually pretty popular because you can actually get on the water for a pretty affordable price with that. So it's all keeping these options open. And the biggest part is I like to let people know, hey, what's your budget? And then we can kind of go from there to figure out where can we put you that's going to meet everything that you need. But there's ways to do it, right? You know, one of the other things is last time I bought a car was probably 2015. All right, I don't even know if I could find a car for that price nowadays. We're actually probably looking at maybe going for something used, changing it up, but it's figuring out different things. So, um, one of the other things is create a budget. You can stay within that budget. We actually just bought a half a cow because it ended up being more affordable to do that than just buying a little bit at a time, and the meat quality is so much better. Shopping at your Sam's Club, Costco, Walmart, your bigger surplus stock items, I guess you could put it. These are ways to do it. You know, turning one meal into three meals. This is something, you know, when we were kids, our parents did, and we've kind of gotten a little bit spoiled. I'm sure each generation was little bit better than the first one, but you got to be creative with this. How can you do more with it? You know, one of the most expensive things you can do is go out to eat. You can do it much more affordable at home. You know, prices of everything has gone up, and it comes down to figure out that budget and stay within those budgets, right? So let's say you want to go out. Where can you go? Guess what's free for the most part? Going to the beach, going to local parks. You know, I'm fortunate our kids are small, so a lot of times we'll just hit the parks, hit the beach. You might have to pay for some parking here and there, but those are all free items to do as opposed to going to theme parks. We've done that. We found for us, we actually have a lot more fun going to the beach, hanging out there looking for shells, fishing, stuff like that, as opposed to some of the artificial themed theme parks that are around here. But go with what you guys enjoy doing. We found out what works for us. But there's more creative ways to go about kind of be able to have those fun opportunities on a budget. There's always ways to work on your side hustles or get part-time jobs if you know budgets are getting real tight for it. I myself has always worked a couple of jobs throughout my life. Not two full-time ones, but just little things you can do to supplement your income. I actually, is one of the things I try to guide younger guys into. I wish I did it. Still looking to do it now. Is people I work with that have done very well. What they started out doing was just buying a duplex or a condo, and they rented it out. And then when they have enough equity, then they bought another one and rented that out. So it's really hard to lose with real estate, and there's ways to really supplement your income to create those passive income streams. So keep those in mind. There's always ways to be creative, um, but if you want to live to getting all the new stuff, most expensive stuff, it's going to cost you. It's pick your heart, as I tell people. You know, you can do the hard things, have an easy life, or do the easy things and have a hard life. It's up to you for it, but. So I hope you understood some of these little tips I gave about living on a budget. But whether you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days, shoot me a text, give me a phone call, book a Zoom call with me because I'd love to show you around town.